All right, so in this lesson of the Trading Blueprint, we're going to be talking about goal setting. Specifically, what are you trying to achieve and why? Why are you doing it? So let's break it down a little bit. In this lesson, we're mainly going to be focusing on a few things. Number one, what are the different kind of lifestyle goals, right? The lifestyle possibilities that you can achieve through trading, right? I'm going to break down a few of those so you can sit down and brainstorm for yourself on which one or which lifestyle you want to manifest for yourself. I'm also going to be talking about time limitations, right? Why is it important to either set time-sensitive goals or don't even put any time structure around your goal setting? So I'm going to dig a little bit into that. And then lastly, the manifestation process, the exercise. How do you actually manifest? How do you create that dream lifestyle of yours? So let's go into a little bit more detail. What I want you to do here is, after this lesson, I want you to really just brainstorm for yourself. What is it truly that you want? What would you like to achieve and experience within the next few years, kind of thing? Not decades from now, not 25 years from now or 50 years from now. You can do that as well. But I mean, these kind of lifestyle upgrades, chances are you can achieve them within a 5-year period, if not sooner. So let's dig into it a little bit. I have a bunch of different lifestyles here that some of them I experienced myself personally throughout this career, and I'll touch on that a little bit, but some also are a little bit different. So let's dig into it a little bit. So we all want different things, right? We're different beings, we live in different places in the world, we like different things, and we all want different things, right? And we also are in different stages in our lives. Some of us might be 18 years old, others might be 25, others might be 35, and some of us might be 50, right? Some of us might have kids, others might not have kids. Maybe we just graduated from university, right? So again, this is specific to you, and this is kind of what you can do as a lifestyle goal, as a lifestyle upgrade. One of the first things that a lot of you will be pursuing, if you have a 9-to-5 and you don't like it, chances are you will want to quit your job, right? And that may be your number one purpose right now, is to quit your 9-to-5 job and get your freedom back. That's epic, right? I know that that's a big lesson for that's a big goal for a lot of people, right? But some of you might not resonate with that. Why? Because maybe you love your job. Maybe you love the career that you're in. Guess what? If you love what you're doing, trading can just supplement that income on top and just give you another income on top of your current 9-to-5, because guess what? You love what you do. So trading can provide an additional secondary income on top of that, right? But some of you, again, you might want to quit your 9-to-5 job. So again, when you're thinking about quitting your job, what do you got to think about, right? Well, you got to replace your income. That's about it. It's as simple as that, literally. All you got to do is replace your income. And to do that, all you got to do is have a really good trading plan and perform at your peak performance, period, right? So we'll be digging into that. But that's one of the potential goals that some of you might be after, is to quit your 9-to-5 job. Some of you might already be trading full time. So what else can you do, right? You can keep your day job, make side income from trading, something I already talked about. For those who love your careers, no reason why you can't stay at your career and have trading as a secondary income. Can be amazing for some of you, especially specifically if you also have a big account size, right? To have 2 separate incomes is great, right? So some of you might want to consider that, at least for a period of time, until you get sick of your 9-to-5 and you just want to trade full time. Another thing that you can also do, this is a laptop lifestyle, right? So obviously you can trade from a big computer station, or you can trade from a laptop. And if you can trade from a laptop, then you can trade anywhere in the world, right? Whether it's in Bali, right? Or somewhere in the mountains, or an amazing city, wherever you wanted to move to, right? So this is something to think about, because now with the laptop lifestyle, trading for yourself from a computer that you can take anywhere, whether it's a coffee shop, to the park, to the beach, or take it seriously and obviously have a full trading setup. But the possibilities of a laptop lifestyle are unlimited, and trading can do that for you, right? So again, think about that. What could you do if your work was from a laptop and you did that full time, where would you go? What would you be doing, right? Start brainstorming on that a little bit, because soon, and for some of you, that might already be a possibility, right? You just maybe have to become consistent, but you have the cash flow and you have the skills, you just need that consistency. And when you get that, you take your laptop and you go. Where would you go? What would you do? Ask yourself those questions and try to write a few things down, because that might be a lifestyle that you might want to pursue. So what kind of lifestyle could come from a laptop type of job? Well, as an example, you may choose to become a digital nomad, traveling the world, taking a laptop from one country to another, maybe spending 2 weeks in one place, 2 weeks in another, or a month, or even better, 3 months. 3 months in one location, 3 months in another location. Some of you might want to jump around and experience the beautiful world that we live in, right? That is a possibility. That's something that I did personally. When I quit my 9-to-5 job, and shortly after, within a year of me quitting my 9-to-5 job, my wife and I started traveling. So we started jumping around every few months. We weren't the true digital nomads because we still like our home base. We're homebodies, so we like where we live and so on. But we wanted to experience the world. So what we did is every 2 months or so, for a period of about 3 years, we jumped around, from places like Bali to the south of France, to the Dominican, to Costa Rica, and many other countries in between there. So that's kind of what we did. Every few months, we jumped on a plane and went somewhere else for a month or 2 weeks to experience that lifestyle, right? And traveling was a big part of that. We did it for 3 years, literally trading from my laptop for 3 years, just on the go. And when I was home, big computer, and that's the beauty of it. It's so mobile, right, that you can just take your laptop and go. As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can trade from there. I know a bunch of people who love Bali. Bali is becoming the place for digital nomads, right? So if you ever go to Bali, everybody over there is working from the laptop, as an example, so that's a lifestyle that you might want to pursue, right? That's something that you might want to experience, live on a beautiful island and just trade and have fun, right? Why can't you do that? Of course you can, right? So that's a potential lifestyle possibility for yourself. Some of you might flip it around a little bit. You like the luxuries. You might want to have a beautiful car or a beautiful home or whatnot. So obviously that's something that you might want to pursue, and others might want to keep it simple. You maybe just want to upgrade your living conditions. Maybe you already have kids and so on, so you just want to create a beautiful life for your children and your family. So you might want to upgrade in the home and the living conditions wherever you live. Just provide better living conditions for yourself and for your loved ones, right? Again, what are you trying to achieve, right? These are just a bunch of possibilities. I quit my job, I traveled the world, I moved to Costa Rica for a year. Now I'm here downtown Vancouver trying to experience the city life, because I never really have experienced the downtown lifestyle. So that's what I want to experience now, right? But those are all possibilities. And remember, every single one of those lifestyles, they're not permanent. You don't have to do them forever, right? You can experience it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And if you don't like it, try another one and try another one and try another one. Maybe you love it, but you still want to try another one to have more experience. That's something that you can do. Where you can, these types of lifestyles, guess what? Once you quit your job and you're free and you can just take your laptop and do whatever you want, you can literally do whatever you want. Whether it's live in the jungle on top of a mountain in Costa Rica like I have, travel the world, move into the woods, into the mountains, whatever you want. It's all a possibility. Literally, all of it is a possibility. So in this section, literally, I'm gonna tell you is spend some time and really get clear on this, because it's really, really important. I'm gonna explain why in a second. Next thing I want to talk about is when you do set those lifestyle goals for yourself, right? That lifestyle that you want to experience. Time limitations, right? So let me speak about that a little bit, because I find that a lot of people obviously set time-based goals for themselves. I want to do this in 6 months. I want to do this in 3 months. I want to do this within a year. I want to do this within 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, so on, right? The thing is, there are so many possibilities and so many different timeline choices that you may take that if you set a 5-year goal, guess what? Some other opportunity might come up and you may want it better, but you've already committed yourself to this 5-year goal. I want you to be flexible, right? With goal setting and so on, that if you're on a path and all of a sudden it does not feel right and you want to pursue something else, you should do that. Be open-minded. Don't be so fixed on this one thing that I want to do this within this period. Another reason why, so that's why I like to be flexible with my goals. I just set a goal. I want this lifestyle, period, now. Like right now, not 10 years from now, I want it now. And I'll show you exactly how to manifest that, because the now, the present, is a very important thing from a manifestation point of view. But let's come back to this time. Time can limit you. It can limit you in the way that I just explained, but it can also limit you because you may be able to achieve those goals quicker than you expect, right? So if you set a 5-year goal for yourself that you want to, in 5 years, you want to quit your job, move to Bali. Chances are, maybe next year, you might be able to quit your job and move to Mali within a 1-year period or a 2-year period. You just don't know where the abundance will come, right? If capital is the issue, abundance, if you're vibing on abundance, capital can come from many different places. And setting a 5-year goal for yourself and structuring the process within a 5-year timeline can actually limit you, because a lot of times you can potentially do it in 2 or maybe even 1 year. That is why a lot of times I do not set time-based goals for myself, because I don't want to be limited to a potential timeline that I created for myself, right? Because again, things change. We grow as individuals, right? And we even get clear with our manifestations. And if we get really clear with our manifestations and we change how we feel inside, our emotional state, right? Then the world that we create is a reflection of that, right? So if, like I said, if in the present you already feel the emotions from that potential lifestyle that you're pursuing, you're already creating that right now. So let's dig into manifestation a little bit, right? Because again, time limitations, we covered that. It's simple, right? To me, it's black and white. I do not want to set time limitations for myself. So a lot of these goals, again, I do not set timelines, because again, I'm manifesting it, I'm creating it right now. And again, it can happen at any moment. I can achieve that potentially next week, next year, or within the next 2 years, and not 5, 10, 20 years from now, right? I think that's a big waste of time. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, let's talk about the manifestation process. How do you actually manifest? And I've been manifesting for a very long time, many different lifestyles, and there's a few different tips that I kind of gathered over the years. And it's as simple as that. Know exactly what it is that you want to do, right? So know exactly your next lifestyle goal, whether it's whatever it is. Visualize it. Now, if you're having a hard time visualizing it, you may want to do this. You may want to experience that lifestyle for a day, 2 days, maybe a week. So if it's the luxuries, go to that place and experience those luxuries. Whether it's a car, experience that car. Whether it's a country like Costa Rica, experience that country, right? Get a feel for it. Because in your meditations or your visualizations, when you're actually visualizing it, now when you've experienced it, you know what it feels like. Very important. You have the feeling, the emotional state behind it. You got to feel that on a regular basis. You have the visual, you've been there, you have the visual, the sense of how it feels, how you view it, right? So in your visualization, in your manifestations, you're doing that. You're seeing yourself in the future, as an example, you living that lifestyle with no limitations. And when you're doing that, you got to see it, you got to feel it, right? So have the emotions that come with it. Remember, the person who you are 2 years from now, you got to become that right now. So the person who is living that lifestyle, they don't have emotional blockages, right? They are baller ass traders, right? They're performing based on their trading plan, and that's what you got to do. So the next step is action. Right now, in this present moment, you have to act like that individual. You have to feel like that individual. You have to feel abundant, like anything is a possibility. You got to be at your peak performance, and with that, you have to be breaking those limiting beliefs. But the manifestation process is simple. Visualize, feel it, act on it. That is it for this lesson. I hope that all makes sense, and at this point, it's time for you to really sit down and plan exactly what it is that you want to be pursuing. It's extremely, extremely important. And again, the visualization process, very simple. Every single morning, I recommend for you to prime yourself, right? By seeing, feeling, and acting based on the things that you want to be achieving. Become that individual within, and then that will manifest that reality that you desire. That is it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.